I say this to encourage us because we have often found ourselves in the position where we pray to God, call upon God, apply all the faith principles we know how to apply, share testimonies before and after, tell God how it will dishonor his name if the thing happened, even tell God how you cannot live without it. Most of us have found ourselves in the place that David found himself, and we have prayed. But I wonder if there is anybody here who has prayed and fasted for a loved one not eating food for 7 days. I don't think there are few people here. No food, no water, all night, 7 days straight. I don't know if you have loved your loved one so much that you have done that. There are few. And the Bible said while he was still there praying, he received a report that the child what? Died. I've often visited members who love loved ones, and I didn't know what to tell them, because we had prayed, we have fasted, we have decreed, and we did everything we know how to do. There are times when God graciously answers. Just like David, he has witnessed the hand of God. He has seen answered prayers, so he knows the ability and the capacity of that God. He knows it. I know the ability of God. I have tested his power. I have no doubt of his power, ability, love, and faithfulness. But David was there, and then he saw some people begin to talk, and then he realized that it is over. But what interests me the most is what he did. His servants didn't want to tell him. Said the way this man has been going about, when we tell him this, the word they use there, he will vex himself. I don't really understand what it means to vex yourself, but they say he will vex himself the more. But he hurt them. When you find yourself in positions like this, the natural tendency is to vex yourself. I think vexing yourself will mean you are rolling on the ground, you are shouting, you are asking God, why did you do it? Why did you allow it to happen? God, it is not fair. That is not the arrangement I had with you. God, how can you even quote scriptures and tell God? You can quote from Genesis to Revelation. You know something? All through those 7 days, God didn't even say anything. That's what is called the sovereignty of God. The Bible said, he that killeth and make it alive. So who can query God and ask him, why do you do this? When he reveals it to us, we are glad. But when things happen that we don't understand, we vex. We vex ourselves. And then I realized that the measure of the spiritual life of a man is for him to find himself in this position and did what David did. The Bible said David went to the temple and what? And worshipped. And that's why I say the topic is the highest form of worship. The highest form of worship is when the devil brought trials and temptation to your path. Anytime the devil allows things like this to happen, the devil is looking for one thing. He will curse God. Remember the case of Job? Say, if you withdraw your hand, Job will curse you to your face. The question I want to ask you, if you have been tempted and tried, will you still be found standing? These saints, the Bible said we should follow their what? Their examples. Remember what Job did? The Bible said Job what? Worship God. And he said, the Lord has given, the Lord has taken. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I don't know where David learned it. Maybe David learned from Job. The Bible says he went to the temple and worshipped. Finally, let me read from 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7. 2 Timothy. Many people, because they love loved ones, they have left the faith. There are many because they suffer loss in business. They say, God, I'm a tither. What happened? And they have left the faith. Paul has seen so many things in his life. He has seen victories. He has also seen pain and suffering. He has seen so much. And when he wrote that verse, it was just about the end of his life. He was about to be decapitated. And he knew that would be his end. But the only joy he had, I kept the faith. My sister kept the faith. I know the struggles she went through. I know the challenges life has thrown at her. Many would have given up. But through one challenge, you may cry, you may even feel weak. But after all has been said and done, pick the faith and hold it. Life is very, very short. Keep the faith and hold it. You may not understand, keep the faith. God may appear unreasonable, keep the faith. You don't have explanation, keep the faith. So that when you are going, you will look back and say, I fought the good fight of faith. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. That's just what I'm waiting for. I tell this congregation severally that whether long or short, Paul died just around the age of 65 years, so I believe he's still young. It's not how long you live, but even at that age, his pride is that I kept the faith. During the struggles of life, some will leave the faith and turn towards alcoholism. Let it suit me, isn't it? Drugs. Let me have some succor in drugs. Womanizing. All these things, do you know they are mark that you have lost the faith? Because that vacuum that was filled with God, you are trying to fill it with what? With other things. My sister has kept the faith. Her last word was Jesus. And we are left here wondering. Our parents are here. You see, we have never experienced death of a first degree relation in this family. And death has visited this family severally. Severally. And God has shown us what? Mercies. But this time around, that is his decision. And I say the highest form of praise is to worship God. The highest form of faith, of worship, is to keep the faith. So my little encouragement to anybody here that you have lost your faith because something happened, God did something that you do not agree with, and because of that you have left the faith. Maybe chronic poverty, isn't it? Chronic poverty. Even the riches, through the thick, through the tea,